and welcome back to Coffee and Coverage. I'm back with Marantz today to do part 2 of our Medicare Advantage plan series. Hi Marantz, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Make sure that you do check out part 1 if you haven't already. In the last video, we left off talking about additional benefits such as dental, vision, and hearing. And so today we're going to ask Marantz, are there any other benefits that come with Advantage plans?
Yes, there can be, free gym membership, over-the-counter benefits, where you get a quarterly allowance and you can get your vitamins, your Advil, Tylenol, toothbrush, toothpaste, things like that.
Okay.
So there's lots of extra
That's
benefits.
a nice little perk, huh?
Yeah.
What are some common mistakes you see people make when choosing a Medicare Advantage plan?
It might not be, might be not reviewing their providers fully to make sure that they're in the network, or disclosing, if they're on monthly injections or certain high cost medications to make sure that we're finding the right coverage for those.
Okay. Can you think of any other downsides to these plans, like specifically?
It could possibly be the network, based on who you're seeing or where you're doctoring. The other could be, if you're on those expensive, let's say monthly arthritis infusions, those can be $20,000 a month. You're probably going to hit your max out of pocket a lot sooner than you would maybe on another plan.
Sure.
Those are considered Part B drugs.
Okay.
So you're responsible for 20% of what the insurance allows them to charge up to the plan's max out of pocket. So
definitely things to look at, making sure we're checking all of that stuff prior to choosing an Advantage plan.
Yep. Disclose your situation, right? So we can make sure.
Okay. So let's say they pick a plan. Is it difficult to switch plans if they're not happy with the Advantage plan that they chose?
Not necessarily. So if you're on an Advantage plan and want to move to another Advantage plan or back to original Medicare, you can do so between January 1st and March 31st. That is the OEP. Also every year from October 15th through December 7th is the annual enrollment period for you to make changes for the year ahead. So, there's lots of different times per year where you can make those changes.
Okay. So if they find that they were on an Advantage plan, maybe it didn't work out great for them, there is a chance to get something else in the future.
Right.
Okay. How does one effectively compare the different plans?
So that's like something you'd use us for,
right?
So we can look at all of the major carriers, go through all your options and help
check all your prescriptions, make sure that everything is good for them. Okay. What questions do you think, besides what we've talked about, that a client should ask, a broker or an agent?
I think this just goes back again, right? Letting me know your situation.
Right.
If you have anything that needs specific coverage, that we're making sure that we're checking those, how much it would cost on the plan, your networks and providers. So
just having an open conversation with them to make sure that we're choosing the right plan for them or helping them.
Right.
Okay. So what trends are you seeing in Medicare Advantage plan offerings?
Again, I think this goes back to they're very enticing, right?
Yeah.
Their lower monthly premiums have all the extra benefits.
Right.
So if you're not on those infusions, injections, things like that, and you're not doctoring much, those plans look great.
Right. Because it is a lower monthly cost, right, than the original one. Okay. Where can someone go find out more about plans and coverage?
And I think this will go back to us too, right? So you can give us a call. We can show you all the options, carriers that we're appointed with. You can also go to Medicare.gov and view your options there too.
Very good. Well, thank you, Marantz, for joining me today. Thank you for answering all of these questions about Medicare Advantage plans. Yeah. Like she mentioned, if you or someone you know is ready to look at or compare Medicare Advantage plans, give one of our Medicare specialists a call, and we would be happy to schedule a consultation. Be sure to join us for our next episode of Coffee and Coverage on June 6th, where I'll be joined by Jen to find out the benefits of working with an insurance broker. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, coffee is optional and coverage is not. See you next time.